Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick. That's me. And usually sitting across from me would be Amanda Krotke, but Amanda is not sitting with us today. Instead, we have special guests. We have special guests, two chefs. We have Chef Stephanie Rose. That's Stephanie.
Good afternoon.
And we have Chef Alphonso Dixon. Welcome to this little show, this wonderful little show. You're here because something special just happened over in East Baltimore that you're a part of.
Yes.
And we wanted to tell people about. It's the grand kind of reopening of something called the Simple Cooking with Heart Kitchen, which is a project of the American Heart Association, as you can see on Alphonso's chef coat.
Right.
But let's tell people what that is. I read a little bit about it, but why don't you tell people what it is?
Sure. So I guess I'll start.
Please.
Go ahead.
So the Simple Cooking with Heart Kitchen was designed to reach out to the community to show everyone how we do heart healthy meals, how you can do it affordably, how they can taste good, and how we can live longer lives.
Those are all great things to do.
Exactly.
And where is the Simple Cooking with Heart Kitchen?
I mean, it's a wonderful, brand new space, and it's at the UA House
Yes.
on Fayette Street, East
Sure.
Fayette Street. And it's
1100.
beautiful, and it's the only brick and mortar kitchen in the entire American Heart Association.
Yes.
So
For real? Wow.
for real, we're very excited about
first
that.
nationally.
So proud of that.
Exactly.
But it's
I
not
didn't
just
know
a
that.
commercial kitchen. It feels like home. We want it to feel like home. So
Yes.
when our students come, small classes,
Mhm.
only 12 people. So there's really a lot of
A really
interaction
intimate setting.
between the two of us, and we're cooking on regular ranges that they would be cooking on at home,
And
gas and electric.
And we know we have all gotten away from cooking for ourselves.
Exactly.
All these meal plans they send us, and people eat out. And when we eat out, we don't always make good choices because we're under a lot of stress. Our lives are
Yeah,
very
exactly.
stressful, and there's a lot of judgment about people that don't always make good decisions. So we want to help. I judge myself
judge me. Yeah.
for making
Well,
bad decisions.
The worst judge.
But how are we helping people make good decisions in the kitchen?
We're showing them. We are showing them that the recipes that we do, although they say heart healthy, they don't have to be anything bland. Like we are knocking out barbecue pork chops,
Yes.
paella,
Yes.
gumbo, jambalaya, like stuff like you would love to have on your plate, but people think, like it's been speculated, oh, I can't eat so and so. Everything is good in moderation and how you prepare it. And if you're preparing it yourself, you can control the sodium.
Oh, sodium is the thing. Let's talk about sodium for
it's
a
a big
second.
thing. You're also controlling the portion when
Yeah,
you're cooking at home.
Definitely.
You know, and 50% of food dollars are spent away from home, fast food restaurants. And we really want to turn that around because you eat more fresh, whole ingredients when you're cooking at home.
That makes so much sense.
And that's healthier. And you're eating more of a rainbow. And you're getting more grains when you eat at home.
When we're eating any kind of food from the outside, whether it's fast food or not fast food, I guess we feel compelled to finish it because we've
Yeah.
just bought it. But if you're cooking for yourself at
Pay for
home,
it.
you can do meal planning and
Exactly.
And it
Where's
doesn't
she?
have to be expensive. That's the real.
And that's one thing
Censure.
we teach you. We teach you how to shop, essentially. Like everything
Affordable.
that we purchase for these classes, we purchase through a service that is all local grocers and local farmers. So
And can the people taking the classes have access to that too?
they sure can. I would shout them out, but they don't endorse us. So I tell it in the class if you ask me what service I use.
But
Okay.
we're really showing them also
I know, right?
I like
How
that,
to-
Alphonso.
You're welcome.
how to improve the flavor
Mhm.
without reaching for the salt. What can you reach for instead of the salt?
What can you reach for?
Fresh herbs,
Herbs.
Spices,
spices,
peppers,
It's
onions.
spicy.
Let's
Yeah.
go, each of you, like two of your go-to spices, like that.
Saffron,
Cumin.
Cumin.
Mm-hmm.
smoky paprika.
Yeah, smoky paprika.
We're just
Black
all over that.
pepper.
Pepper. We just had this conversation. in
Parsley.
my own kitchen
Rosemary.
just yesterday. I love it. Black pepper.
Don't poo-poo the pepper.
Don't poo-poo the pepper.
Vitamins.
I do a little cayenne. It's like my
Cayenne.
Cayenne.
because the smoky paprika adds something
It's sweet.
and adds some color too.
Mhm.
So things are pretty all
There's
of a
been
sudden.
such a war on sodium that we've been doing, but I'll tell you a little secret.
Please.
If you can get to a piece of citrus like a lemon, a lime,
Great
maybe
tip.
an orange, that will take away every craving, and it'll help you to control your portion sizes because lemon and lime curves the appetite. So there
And a
you
little
go.
vinegar
does.
too.
a
Is
little
also
vinegar. There you go.
a great little tip.
That's why people started drinking lemon water in restaurants originally.
And started drinking vinegar.
I'm loving this conversation. Now, some things are probably, I'm guessing, some things are easier for me. I'm not that good in the kitchen. Some things are more challenging for me. I don't have good knife skills. I'm trying to get better. How do you help people feel comfortable in the kitchen with knife skills and just preparing things?
We actually teach knife skills class, but again, knife skills is something that constantly needs practice. And I'll say this, I'll say it on the record, my handwriting and my knife skills are similar. Like it's good, it gets the job done, but it's something that you constantly have to work on. It's not something that you'll just learn over a day or two.
And people shouldn't feel bad. if
No,
they
you
try-
shouldn't. It's chefs, it's top chefs that's like, okay, here, I have a prep person for a reason. You dice this, you do this, and we'll
Right.
just execute it.
Let me tell you something. I have
You
to.
do the best brunoise.
Exactly. Right?
You know, and if you can't do it, then oh my goodness,
Yeah.
someone else is going to have to.
I
Literally.
have to watch a YouTube video every time I cut an onion. Like, which way do I put this onion? I can't figure it out.
A lot of it's personal too.
A lot
And
of it's
you know, as long as you're comfortable,
Uh-huh.
and yes, you get the job done, and you don't cut yourself. So make it easy
You know who you
on
go
yourself.
to though? If you ever come to a class, you definitely have to go to Stephanie. Stephanie has all these little hacks on how to cut up different things that will make it easy peasy. Like
Oh, I
literally
love it.
tomato cutting, she gets it done like
I have
that.
hundreds of knives. I like knives.
You say, right before we started, I asked you how long you two have been working together.
Yeah.
And about a year and a month or so.
Yep, it's about a year and a month.
And what, working elsewhere with the American Heart Association before this place opened?
Well, I was before this. The American Heart Association also has a mobile kitchen program.
Okay.
So we go to different senior sites and we teach the seniors how to do the same thing that we do in our kitchen, how to cook a heart healthy meal. So I was doing that about a year before Stephanie came along.
Before I
and
came
I also own a catering company.
Oh, you
called
do?
Opulent Cuisine. Yes.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Oh, people should find you.
Yes, Opulent Cuisine LLC.
Is it, what's your website?
It's on Instagram. You can go to Golden Glam Events and then you'll see Opulent Cuisine come up. And it's goldenglamevents.com. But you can find us on Instagram and on Facebook.
Opulent Events.
Opulent Cuisine.
Opulent Cuisine. Thank
Uh-huh.
you. Thank you. I said it wrong on purpose so you could
It's okay.
correct it again. But you look like you collaborate really well.
We do.
That's great.
We clicked.
We're yin and yang. Keep the circle going.
What is
Tweedledee.
what is hard for people? I mean, when even in your classes, what do you find a little bit of a learning curve or resistance to? What challenges people?
Change.
Change. You have the
Mhm.
best answers. That's a really big one.
Change. Some people just like what I've learned, and actually it's easier with younger people. But what I've learned is working with seniors, we get such
Oh
a
my gosh.
pushback because people like, I've been doing this for decades.
I never eat
I am
okra. I'm not gonna
right, and
start
I'm not
eating
gonna
okra
start
now.
But once we say, okay, just try it. Try something. Like,
Right.
don't leave this world and have that impression like, I didn't get to live it to the full, so I didn't get to taste everything I needed to taste.
Let's show you a better
And-
way to make it. And you will
Exactly.
like it.
Exactly.
For instance, gumbo. Let's compare the
Ooh.
traditional
Oh,
gumbo
thank
to
I'm a little, I'm sorry.
how do you make gumbo healthier? 'Cause
That's the
nothing-
gumbo queen.
I am the gumbo queen. Well, in our gumbo, we don't use a lot of flour. We certainly wouldn't be using the bacon fat.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, eliminate that. Use a healthier oil for your roux if you must have a roux. And you don't use a lot of sausage.
Right.
And
Or
you can
chicken.
Tell them the
substitute. There's
shrimp
a lot
secret.
of wonderful substitutes. I've been working on this for, I need my andouille sausage. So now, instead, I just use a little bit of smoked turkey. So it's a much lighter
Cleaner
alternative. You've
taste.
still got the
Mhm.
salt, but you're getting some of that flavor that I crave. And okra. Okra's really supposed to be in a gumbo. But some
Yes.
people just don't like it.
Okra's pretty
So
divisive.
I'm accepting that. I'm meeting people where they're at.
Ooh,
If you
look
don't
at
want
you. Mission
you don't want the
statement.
okra, even though okra means combo. The word comes from West Africa.
Secret is the shrimp too.
Combo.
And shrimp
Gumbo.
is not as expensive as people think it is.
Shrimp's not always in
But
gumbo
the thing
either.
is
But
where you find the shrimp. Now they have this. There are two different kinds
They're
that have
picky
been
about shrimp.
just like this major mind blast to me this year, because I was one of those people like, oh, shrimp is shrimp.
shrimp and everything. I'm like,
However,
oh
they
no,
have
no.
two different tastes if you buy shrimp in America versus outsourcing them from other countries.
Oh.
hmm
So what should people be looking for when they
They
shop?
should be looking for American
Look
grade
for
shrimp.
American shrimp.
Look for a Gulfport. It's sweeter meat. Literally, the other shrimp from like Thailand and stuff, it has a metal kind of salty taste to it. And if you ever do a comparison, like we literally had a shrimp tasting. We did a
Shrimp
comparison.
off.
It will blow your mind.
I did
And
that
try
with
finding
crab
it.
meat one time.
Oh,
with
that's a
domestic
whole nother
crab
one.
meat
Yeah.
and imported crab meat, and it was for an article, and the article would only work really if there was a difference. If they tasted the same, it would have ruined the whole thing.
Oh, there's a difference.
There was a difference.
There's
It
a
was
huge difference.
huge.
Mind blowing.
The pieces are more uniform. Oh yeah, I've got
Yeah.
I'm
Like one tasted like crab, and the other tasted like nothing.
right. It has
So-
that terroir flavor
Yeah.
of where it's come
Yeah.
from.
I love what you're doing over there. What neighborhood is it? I can't quite picture where it is.
North Fells Point, really.
North Fells
Kinda-
Point, okay.
Not as far as Butcher's Hill, but
Close to the post office.
And how do people find? Oh, close to the post office. Got it. That's a good
There you go.
landmark near the shot tower. How do you get your clients, or how do people find you, or how do you find them?
So there's several ways actually.
we're working on that.
Okay. So the
Talking.
first way to I guess find us would be on social media, of course. So you can put in SCWH Kitchen and we'll pop up. You can type in Baltimore Heart Kitchen and we'll pop up. Or
I
you
like
can
that.
type in Simple Cooking with Heart Kitchen and we'll pop up. To register for classes though, you would have to go on heart.org and then / Baltimore Kitchen, and then it'll show you all the list of good stuff that we have.
And classes are how much?
$5.
$5.
$5
For
a
4
family.
servings.
feed
So you're cooking
4,
family meals for $5.
and you
It
can
doesn't
take
get any
it
better.
home.
Oh
Literally,
my!
we do
That's
stuff
pretty
like blackened
special.
salmon with pineapple strawberry salsa.
It's divine
In a
and it's
balsamic
gorgeous.
reduction.
I feel like
like
crying
those
right
kind
now.
of
This
things.
is so great.
Yes.
This is so fantastic.
And the reason why is because, one, the American Heart Association is a nonprofit, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing you're really paying for is like one piece of chicken or something. But the reason why is because our mission is to reach the community. Like Stephanie said, we want to meet people where they are.
Right.
We want to put our hand back into the community, and that's why.
We want them to
$25.
feel comfortable,
Exactly.
more
Only-
comfortable back in the kitchen.
Let's all be proud about Baltimore having a first brick and mortar American Heart Association kitchen in the
That's
country.
right.
Let's be proud, and you should be proud that you're part of it.
Oh
Yes.
yes, we are.
So proud.
We couldn't be more
And
happier.
how often are classes?
3 days a week,
Oops, sorry.
typically, and some days they are 4 days. Some weeks they are 4 weeks, and we have Saturday classes. that we're
Alternating every other Saturday, and we do have an evening class
Yes.
once a week because we know people's
have to go to
schedules.
work.
So we're trying to fit in everybody.
Well, I hope some of the people in out there in the media are going to be watching this. Or maybe I'll send it to them.
There you go.
So we're going to get some more coverage for this because I think it's great. I'm
you
really
go.
happy about it.
It's a great deal,
I'm-
and it's fun,
Amazing.
and you learn something, and you get to eat something, and you get to
Some
take it
blackened
home.
salmon with pineapple.
Exactly.
And maybe we can get a gumbo recipe. from you.
Absolutely,
Yeah, and we'll
I'm
post
happy
it.
to show you my
Yeah.
gumbo
Mm-hmm.
tricks. My family's from Louisiana, New Orleans, so
Well, if you just got here, you're watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick, and you've been listening to our guest from the Simple Cooking with Heart Kitchen, which is a project of the American Heart Association in Baltimore. And you've been meeting and getting to know Chef Alphonso Dixon and Chef Stephanie Rose. I think that's about it. I should ask you just one more fun questions. Do you each have favorite restaurants in Baltimore for when you do go out?
oh,
And also think about guilty pleasures in food. Things
Actually,
you just
my favorite restaurant in Baltimore is a guilty pleasure. My favorite restaurant in Baltimore, and I'm going to shout them out, although they don't endorse us either. But I love them. My favorite restaurant in Baltimore is a place in Owens Mills called Granny's.
Granny's,
It is
I know Granny's.
delicious. I mean, from their brown sugar sweet tea to lemonade. Actually, this is so funny because I got joked on about it. After our grand opening of our kitchen, my church group, Canaan Baptist Church, shout out to them, in Washington, D.C., they came all the way from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore.
Quite a crowd.
So afterwards, I took them to Granny. So they said, we're going from heart healthy to soul food? How does that work? And I was like, well, the American Heart Association has a soul food cookbook. So it kind of balances itself out. So Granny's is definitely up there. Their food is delicious.
I got left behind on that one. I was like, I really want to try Granny's.
It's amazing.
Granny's. How about you, Stephanie Rose?
Petite Louis.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm a total Francophile, and his salad with the lardons and the poached egg. I have been craving for a year.
Damn, and just had reservations there last Friday and had to shift them around. I was sadly disappointed.
I can't wait to go back there.
So those are two great tips for you. Both of them slightly guilty pleasures. Granny's and Owings Mills, and we all know about
Tony Foreman's
Petite Louis. Thank you so much. I've had a great time. Thank you.
So
Great
much.
time.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
That's it for us. Join us here next week for another edition of This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick, and Amanda will be back. We'll be talking time to talk about Passover. Yeah.
Oh, it's important.
For Passover, and we'll be
I
talking
worked for a Jewish facility for years, so
so you know.
Yes,
you know
too well.
We can help you out there. We're going to do a class for that.
It's time to start cleaning.
Brusha. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Great day too.
Thank you so much.